Israel hit by missiles today. Does the attack by Iran mean that yet another world war is imminent? How should Christians respond? Here's the point. Today, Israel was hit by a massive missile barrage from the Islamic Republic of Iran, marking one of the most significant escalations since April the 14th, when Iran sent over 300 drones and missiles directly at Israel. The Israeli Defense Force confirmed that approximately 200 ballistic missiles were launched in 2 waves, each containing around 100 missiles. The missiles were fired directly from within Iran, prompting the entire population of Israel, nearly 10 million civilians, to take cover in bomb shelters. The IDF stated that all Israeli civilians were in bomb shelters as rockets from Iran were fired at Israel. While many of these missiles today were intercepted by Israel's Iron Dome defense system, some missiles did manage to hit various locations within Israel, causing significant damage. Iran has been vowing for a tough response for weeks after the assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh and after the Israeli strikes that killed Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah on Friday. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei said that Israel's airstrike on Hezbollah was short-sighted and stupid, and Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard, a terrorist organization, claimed responsibility for the attack today as a retaliation. These unprecedented attacks will no doubt bring escalation to this conflict globally and raise political tensions that involve the United States, perhaps Russia, and even China. In response, Israel has already vowed a significant retaliation against Iran. Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari, the Israeli Defense Force spokesperson, confirmed that Israel has plans in place that will come at the place and time we decide. The United States Navy did step in to intercept and shoot down several Iranian missiles from the USS Arleigh Burke, USS Cole, and USS Bulkley. Additionally, the Jordanian military intercepted some of Iran's missiles and raised its alert levels to confront any security threat in the region. And U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan condemned the attack, warning of severe consequences for Iran's actions while pledging continued U.S. support for Israel. So what does all of this mean? Here's the point. One of the most difficult things to do in moments of international crisis and global conflict is to enter into the prediction game. I, for one, think that every Christian should cling to and stand on what God has promised already in His Word. We must remain humble when it comes to eschatological forecasting. We need to be honest with ourselves and what we do not yet know about this time or hour or Christ's return. We do not know what these precipitating events will do in drawing Israel and surrounding nations into war, or how this will impact the larger conflicts with the United States, China, and the surrogates in both the East and the West. In every moment, it is always appropriate to pray. As Christians, we should pray for the peace of Jerusalem. We should cling to the promise of Scripture that no matter what the situation is calling for, whether wars or rumors of war, all of God's promises will come to pass, and that God will never abandon, ever abandon His people. Even in desperate times, we know that the God of all history, who knows the end from the beginning, whose purposes in salvation always stand, is never surprised, never caught off guard, never desperate. He always knows exactly what time it is. As we look to the Scriptures in both the Old and New Testament, we should be reminded of what it says in Romans 11 and 1 Corinthians 10. For whatever was written in former days was written for our instruction, that through endurance and encouragement of the Scripture, we might have hope. This is for the church of Jesus Christ, on whom the end of the ages has come. We know that Jesus Christ rules and reigns, that he has risen from the grave. We know that he is victorious, overcoming the world, and that one day, very soon, he will come again. While the nations will rage, let us remember that it is God who laughs. As Christians, we must stand for Israel as a nation that was mercilessly attacked on October the 7th, 2023, and a nation that is currently surrounded by enemies near and far in a fight for its own survival. We must never be naive to the realities of a political and spiritual enemy that seeks to destroy them from within and destroy the church around the world. We must also recognize that what is needed, both in Israel and the United States, and nations and enemies that surround that place, is the gospel of Jesus Christ. While our present times are uncertain, our future is always secure as long as we place our hope in Jesus Christ. So pray for Israel, stand for freedom, trust in Jesus Christ alone.